This conference will now be recorded.
So we learned about RFQ, request for quotation process, last week, like Friday, and then I have started discussing on purchase requisition. So this purchase requisition has so many prerequisites. The reason behind this purchase requisition can be raised by any employee. I mean to say, purchase order and RFQ process will be raised by purchase department, only specific purchase department. But whereas purchase requisition can be requested by any of the department, maybe accounts department, maybe finance department, maybe store, maybe marketing department, or maybe any team, they can raise a request. Means suppose for their internal usage, they want laptops. Then it is not for a trading item. In general, purchase order or RFQ process is more about trading items or fixed assets, but whereas purchase requisition is maybe raised by internal departments a lot. So if you want to raise a purchase requisition, the first thing is user should be created. Okay, in the previous version AX 2012, this user will be created in Active Directory. This user will be created in the Active Directory, whereas now it is Azure technology. So I don't know the exact position, but it will be created in the Azure technology. User should be created. Once user is created, then we need to create an employee or worker. Worker should be created. Here worker means it is available in human resource management. An employee should be created. See, worker means here there are two types of workers in the system. Worker means one is contractor, another one is employee. One is contractor, another is employee. Employee means their own company, like a company employment, or contractor means you are working as a contractor. Means suppose you are joining in the example Infosys, you have joined. In Infosys, you are joined through contractor, then your payroll is not in Infosys, your payroll is in some other company through consultancy. Okay, so here worker should be created, and then this user, whatever it was created in AX 2012, it will be created in Active Directory or domain. In Active Directory. If it is D365, I'm not sure very specific. It may be in Azure technology, Azure. I'm not sure about this one. Somewhere else it should be created. Then for that user should be given in D365. D365 user should be created, and this user whatever credentials are should be selected. The above user whatever you are creating, that should be mapped here. Created in D365 as well. So what it means, let me show you. So while logging into the application, you are entering username and password. That is this one. Means anyhow, if it is a standalone system, you are not giving. Sometimes you are giving, sometimes you are not giving with login credentials. That is this one, the first one. And second one, user should be created in D365 means So this we know already, these two. System administration, users, so here it is admin is created on user. For this admin, it was given like system administrator role. So based on that permission here role, based on that you can access the application. So here roles will be assigned. Roles will be assigned. So this one for anything, this is mandatory. If you want to access Dynamics, that is AX 2012 or D365 anything, this is mandatory. First user should be created in if it is a previous version, it is AX 2012, now it is Azure. So once it is created, you will be assigned the role. Okay. After that, this extra information means one person should be assigned. So the person means employee should be created. So let me go to human resource module. Human resources. Here employees and contractors together is workers. So here if you look at this one, I have created one employee. So this employee is created. So as I told you, one employee should be created. And this employee or worker should be mapped to the user in D365. Up to this one is a regular process. There is no specific new function here. But for purchase requisition, worker should be created and attached to this one. If worker is not created and if it is not mapped, what happens? See, look at this one. In this employee, worker is not mapped. The person is not mapped. If you look at this one, user options, it was not mapped. Not this one, I'm sorry. Click on edit. Here, employee is not mapped. If employee is not mapped, what happens? If employee is not mapped, what happens? Look at this one, procurement and sourcing module. Procurement sourcing module. Purchase requisitions, all purchase requisitions. New button is disabled. So if in case this user is not mapped with the employee, purchase requisition cannot be raised. For normal RFQ process, if you have permissions, that is enough. A role permission, in the roles, if you have permissions properly, that is enough. But for this purchase requisition, extra is this new button should be enabled if you map user with employee. Now I'm attaching employee. This is mandatory. Now here maintain versions are there. Okay, so user is mapped with employee and so on so date. Now if I refresh, now new button is enabled. So if you want to access purchase requisition, a new button, this is mandatory. Worker should be created and it should be mapped with the user. Okay, this is one precondition. Next, I'm clicking new button. So as I told you, for laptops or something, we need some material. Suppose required laptops. You are clicking raising a new request. Okay, once it is created, I'm clicking on add line. Now items are not available, not all items. Look at this one, it is showing only C001, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 items are showing. So if items should be displayed here, what is the prerequisite? What is the prerequisites? If you want to show items here, there are many things. So let me remove this one, at least for time being. So what I'm doing, I'm creating an item. Procurement and sourcing, sorry, product information management, released products. I'm creating C005, suppose. New mouse, something I'm creating. Item model group. Any item you can map, any model group you can map it, but it may be expense item, that may be stock product, anything is fine, no issues. I will take suppose stock product, expense item or anything, no issues. Item group. Storage dimensional group. Under tracking dimensional group, I'm mapping something. Okay, the best purchase price. Suppose this is $50. It is $80 something. It is $60. I'm entering. Anything is you can enter. So this item is created C005. It may be either non-stocked product or stocked product, anything. that item will not be shown here. Look at this one. Let it be complete. Give me a second. Okay. So if you click on product, validate product, all the required fields are mandatory fields are mapped. Everything is okay. All fields are okay. Now, if you look at this one, if I click add, if I'm trying to select C005, it is not showing. Maybe a item, non-stock product or stock product. Now, the prerequisite is first product categories. You need to map the category. So we need to map for procurement category because we are looking for procurement category. So it is procurement office supplies is the category hierarchy. In this, I'm mapping office machines, something. What I'm doing, I'm mapping with the computers division. Click OK. So item should be mapped with category. Item should be mapped with category. So the condition is released product should be connected with category. It should be mapped with category. Now let me see whether it is allowing to select. I'm removing. I'm adding now. So I'm trying to select. Still it is not showing C005. The category is not showing. Now what I have to do, once it is created, we need to go to procurement and sourcing module. Procurement and sourcing module. Here, vendor catalogs. In this catalogs, here procurement catalogs. Okay, we have computers now. In this, it is not, it is no. Publish category, no. So in the catalogs, you need to publish the catalog. Now it is C005 is showing. Now if I go back to this one, I'm removing. I'm adding now. Now in the drop down, it will show. So released product, catalogs, procurement catalog, let me verify what is the spelling. CATALOGS. Procurement catalogs, publish the item. Publish catalog. Publish catalog. You need to publish. Then here in the purchase equation, you are able to select. you are able to select the item. Okay, you can select vendor from which vendor you want to purchase. It is not showing. So approved vendors list should be there. So let me go to release products, product information management, release products. Because with the existing data you can do it, but if it is a new company and if you are implementing this product in a company, at that time you need to have the complete picture of this prerequisites, then only you can explain to the business users. So this purchase requisition is little bit tough. So here you can add setup. Otherwise we need to add here, I will tell you in somewhere else. Let me remove this one. Refresh. Now C005. Still it is not coming. So then it is not here. We need to map the vendor here only. In the purchase tab. In the purchase tab, vendor, you can add here. Give me a second. 1001. Now it will be populated automatically. Let me remove. Add item. So C005. It was selected. It was in the draft mode. It was in the draft mode. Let me map the site and warehouse. As you know, this is site and warehouse is mandatory for items. Let me go to inventory dimensions. Let me map warehouse. Now it was saved. Okay, so the preconditions are release product category, map the category, map the procurement category, and vendor account. Here, publish the catalog category. Then only it will show you here. Not only this one. And here you can raise request. You can raise request for not only this USMF company. You can raise request to other legal entities as well. I mean to say, you can raise. You can select for other legal entities also, but here it is showing only for this one. If you want to raise for other legal entities, then the employee should be employment in that legal entity, or I will explain you. one more. See, this employee is USMF. Let me go to USMF company, employee, human resources. Let me go to this workers. So I'm just filtering by Satya. So for this employment history, if in case if I am employee of USMF and that company, if I am an employee of suppose DMF company, take the example, I am an employee of DMF company. Or I will map for INMF company. And this employment date is 01/01/20, suppose. Okay, from 20, and I'm an employee of INMF company also. Then if I'm rising here, look at this one, it will show you both legal entities. Let me delete and let me recreate. If I'm clicking add, then it will show you INMF and USMF as well. It is not refreshing. Let me refresh the screen. Because while creating, at that time I'm not an employee. Now I became an employee of this company. So let me verify. Otherwise I need to create a new one. For the new one, definitely it will be there. For existing one, whether it will show or not, let me verify. Yes. So if in case if I am an employee of INMF company, I can raise a request on behalf of INMF company as well. For INMF company also, I can raise a request. Understood? I can select INMF. Then I can select the items for INMF company. I'm not sure whether items are there or not. Yeah, it is there, published. Many items are there for INMF company. Okay. Otherwise, we have another option, one more option. If in case it was given permission, procurement and sourcing, I'm not an employee of that company. I'm not an employee of that company. Okay. Now I'm going to procurement sourcing. Here in this policies, so purchase requisition permissions. So requester for Satya, I'm not an employee of DMF company, but I want to rise for on behalf of DMF company also. Then I can raise a request on behalf of DMF company as well. So let me refresh now. Can anyone unmute, and are you able to hear me or not at least?
Yes, sir, now we can hear you.
Okay, fine. So if I'm rising, so if I'm clicking new, so I can raise a request on behalf of DMF company also. USMF company, USMF company by default I'm an employee. Now INMF, DMF, USMF. I can raise. Understood? So here employee should be an employment of a legal entity or permissions given. Purchase requisition permissions. Purchase requisition permissions by requester. If you have either one of the permission, you can log or you can raise a request for some other legal entity as well. For USMF, we have raised already one item. So you can raise a request for other legal entities also. So I have created. Okay. So you can raise a request for other legal entities. This is actually in some other forms, we don't have these many conditions. Only for this purchase requisition, we have these many conditions. Okay. So it was created. This is published, and we can raise request for some other legal entities if you have permission in employment, in HR employment, or permissions given in the module. Purchase requisition permissions by requester. Next, one more condition. Workflow is mandatory. A workflow is mandatory. Without workflow, you cannot proceed. It is mandatory by design. Means it was created now. So this is in the draft mode. It is in the draft mode. We need to submit to workflow. Submit. You are requesting to your manager to workflow is mandatory in this process. You cannot skip the workflow functions. So you are requesting, please approve for a new mouse. Something you are writing. You are requesting, you are submitting. Okay, so workflow is in review process. Workflow is in review process. Okay, now to be frankly, this workflow is given for some other user. I don't have application permissions, so I will try to try to reassign to myself because I'm an admin. So let me try. Refresh. It will take some minutes and seconds.
Satya, we have to
Hmm.
set up and activate the workflow for the procurement parameter.
Yes, it is must.
Then only
Check.
it will work, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. 1 second. Why it was?
And
Yeah, tell me.
we have to set up even the position hierarchies, right? In the organization hierarchy.
So it is, there are workflows are, there are different functions. One is user based or hierarchy based. There are so many functions. You can use either one. No issues. I will discuss with you. Give me a minute. So now approval, if you look at this one, approval, it was still condition workflow. So I will reassign. Let me give me a minute. Actually, workflow itself is a big subject, to be frankly. We'll discuss that point. Okay, now it was assigned to Inga. It was assigned to Inga. My manager, suppose Inga and Sarah, they need to approve. What I'm trying, I will try to map this one to some other reassigning. Let me verify this view details if it is enabled. Still it is okay. Give me a second. I'm selecting this one. Workflow items. Okay, so now reassignment button is enabled. It is pending with Inga and Sarah. What I'm doing, I'm reassigning this one to AX Satya because I'm a system administrator. I'm trying to do reassignment of this one. Otherwise, it is not possible. So I'm an admin. I'm reassigning manually. Let me try. Now it was moved to Satya. This also what I'm doing. It is Sarah. It is pending. What I'm doing, I'm reassigning to Satya. Now it was done. It was done. Okay, fine, no issues. Now approver button is enabled for me because I have reassigned to AX Satya. Now I'm doing approve or reject. So approved. Okay. Now I don't know why it was line is disappeared. It should be shown. So now you can go to purchase requisition, procurement sourcing. Let me go to purchase requisitions. Okay, approved purchase requisitions here. Release approved purchase requisitions to released. You can release. I will show you once again if it is required. Give me a second. Now purchase requisition is approved or not. Let me verify. This should be in approved status. Still it is in review. Give me a second. but why the line details are disappeared, I don't know. Let me verify. It is there. Okay, fine. So now let me go to workflow. Workflow history. I think whether it is second upload also it is required or not. Let me verify. It was completed. Upload. Okay, it was upload. Let me refresh. Now it will be approved. Approved. Once it is approved, you can go to release approved purchase requisitions. Then it will show you the line details here. One second. I'm sorry. It is approved. Okay. One second. Approved list. Is it created automatically? It should show here. I think maybe it was processed already. Let me verify whether purchase orders are created or not. Give me a second. In procurement sourcing module, purchase orders, because these setups are workflow will work properly in real-time scenarios, like I mean to say with your server and credentials, because this is a demo system, little bit tricky, and through some process I'm able to process these workflows. But full length environment, if it is available, then only we can do everything properly. Okay. So in 10.0.17 version, latest version, actually in the demo versions, they are trying to provide that workflows also, but unfortunately is not working properly. Let me verify. So it was created. Let me verify that is created or not. I think it is not that one. Let me verify. Yeah, it is created. So maybe a batch job is executed. C005 item is a new item, am I right? The new item, it was processed. Maybe it was the batch job is exist through this one, as I told you here, generate purchase orders in batch job. If it is enabled, then it will work. So it was without my intention, it was created a purchase order. Actually, in real-time scenario, if you are not enabled batch job, it will show here release approved purchase orders requisitions. I can click on new purchase order manually. I can click on new button, automatically it will create purchase order. So for this purchase requisition, I will give you your clarifications. Give me 1 or 2 minutes time. I will give you, if you have any clarifications, I will discuss definitely. For this, there will be, I need to see what is the purchase order number from here. So here I think it will show inside in header or line details. It should show the purchase order number. Give me a second. It's not here. Please, along with me, you also can verify the purchase order number should be created here. Yes, PO0050 is created automatically. Understood? Fine. Now, workflows, there are many workflows. Actually, workflows can be configured based on the user, based on the hierarchy. Position hierarchy means if I'm a clerk, my manager should be approved. That manager may be a position. If you are thinking about that one, that is also available in the system, or one specific user should be approved. Here, the condition is user specific user should be approved. That instead of that user, I made it like reassigned to me and I have approved. But in real time scenario, you cannot because you are not a system administrator. If you are a system administrator, you can reassign. But if it is a normal user, they cannot do reassigning of the button, will be disabled. Yeah, now you can ask me questions. Yes, please.
Yeah, so we have gone through organization hierarchy and position hierarchy. Did we do that? Do we have to do that during company setup?
No. Organization hierarchy is not required. Position means in HR, human resources, we have options, am I right? Positions.
Mhm.
So, whether do you have any idea about human resources module? Little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Means, actually, if you are working as a suppose a software engineer, you will have one lead, am I right?
Yes.
Lead is reporting to manager. That is position hierarchy. This one positions. It is not hierarchies. It is in employment. In employment, you are reporting to your manager. That is positions. So that is also can be used. That's my point.
Okay, positions will also be used.
Yeah. So that also available in the system. In the workflows, we have different options. One is position. Your position means your manager may change. Am I right?
Yes.
So if it is mapped with user, suppose you are reporting to your manager is suppose Ramarao, then you can map user Ramarao directly. Otherwise, your manager. Your manager means in this position you will have one manager. That manager may be a Ramarao, maybe a Subbarao, maybe Venkatrao.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? This is position.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can map with directly user. Workflows can be configured in such a way. Got it?
Okay.
Still any confusion?
Hey, you got it.
Okay, fine. Anyone, please? Of course, it is little bit hard to you, like whoever is looking at the dynamics first time. Okay, then workflows are little bit complex, not complex, but little bit. The problem is you have to have environment. So for that, my suggestion is you can go to YouTube and workflows. You can try with D365 workflow. There are plenty of workflows. It will be explained a lot. Not required development. Okay, it will be explained so many. Go with F&O. Okay, here it will be explained how it is looks like. There are many help because these workflows are available in AX 2009, 2012 and D365. Every version it was enhanced a lot. You can go through videos, you can easily understand. It's not a complex at all. Utilization of workflow is easy, and modification of workflow means if you want to do development kind of thing, for developer it is complex. So of course in AX 2009, I worked with closely with the developers to develop functions. It is very hard, but whereas in 2012 on D365, maybe it was minimized a lot with the minimum code, because I saw some hundreds of code lines. It was created by developer at that time in AX 2009, because in AX 2009 only 20 workflows available. In D3 in AX 2012 it is 60 workflows, whereas in D365 it was, I don't have count, it was increased a lot. Means Microsoft has provided default existing workflows. Okay, so where it is available workflows means, so in this any module, if you go to any module, procurement and sourcing, so here setups, always in the after setup, the first one is parameters, second one is workflows. If you go to this workflows, yeah, you have so many workflows. You can design. It is a drag and drop. It is simple, very simple. Utilization is very simple. Utilization is very simple, but the problem is development. See, they in number of workflows are available. So now we are working on request for quotation workflow, purchase request workflow. Sorry, this one, purchase request review workflow. We have used this one, but if I'm clicking on open this one, I don't have permission. I mean to say I cannot reopen this file. I'm not able to open this file because of this so many applications. The application is performance is go down. It's going down. So in 10.0.17, actually that demo environment is having workflow functions. We'll try to open that one, but not working properly, even though in 17. So I'm not able to open this one. It is telling like throwing error message, because too many applications, if it is there, it is the performance will be come down. Because if it is a server, it will work, but my bad luck, it's not working. See this one, I'm getting this error. So you can enter username and password, it will be opened. So as I told you, like you can take help and you can go through this sample workflows a lot. There are many things how to configure workflows. It was explained by many people. Very simple, straightforward. Okay, any more questions, please? The problem is I don't have environment properly. If anyone has environment, definitely I will show you. I'll try to explain you. See, utilization of workflow is very simple. The problem is if you want to do customization on the workflow, then it is a complex. Then it's a complex.
Customization in the workflows is advisable or
Not
better to
advisable.
avoid?
I mean to say, in AX 2009, very few only available. Then we don't have alternative. We need to do a customization. Whereas in D365, there are many workflows by default available, and it was enhanced like anything. If it is in AX 2009, maybe 2% of 3% of the functionality available. Now it is 100%, 80%, 90% available. There only user-based workflows available in AX 2009. But whereas in 2012, it was enhanced a lot with many. It was by default it is available. No need, as per my knowledge, no need of customization in the workflow at this point.
Yeah, every module workflow is available now.
Yeah. Fine. Anything else, anyone? So
No, nothing.
remaining people. So if nothing, I can stop this session for today. Tomorrow, I will explain you intercompany stock transfer. One more topic, intercompany stock transfer. So all these topics are little bit, advanced topics. It may be used for every company or may not be used, but we need to learn these things. Okay. It's not a complex. The problem is if you want to invent, it will take so much time. But if I'm teaching, simply you need to learn whatever the way I'm teaching. Simple. Because why I'm telling this one, when I'm learning, I struggled a lot. At that time, we don't have any Google. In 2008 and 2009, we don't have any Google or anything. Help is very, very less in the market. I struggled a lot to learn. But nowadays, there are so many help. YouTube is there, and there are, if you type exactly in the Google what is the issue, there will be plenty of helps you can learn. Okay, fine. I'm stopping here for today. We'll connect once again tomorrow morning, same time, 6 a.m. IST. We'll try to do it intercompany stock transfer. Okay, now it is your turn. You need to practice a lot and come back to me. Okay, see you all.